about flat Earth was only a fraction of the truth.
Oh,
1/4 of the truth, to be exact. First, have you seen the moon map projection where they take the moon and map out the dark spots on it, and they'll show that 1/4 is our known Earth, our known flat Earth model. Now, we've all seen the clock in Prague, but I want to point something out.
Hands on the clock.
You notice the constellation ring here.
Sun
and the sun and the moon are actually connected right here in the center, showing that the sun and moon go around this constellation wheel. And some say that this constellation wheel might slowly but surely, over maybe thousands of years, move around this bigger circle. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. If that's the case, and the sun's trajectory is warming this land, but then also moving through 4/4, right? Then that would mean that this area of ice would be melting and the rest would be freezing. So when I ask Google where Antarctica's ice caps are melting, it's the western area of Antarctica. When I ask where they are constantly freezing, they said the eastern region. Where is the eastern region? Everywhere else in Antarctica. Believe it or not, this is how Antarctica is divided. So where is this western region on the flat Earth map? Well, let's just say if this were moving around in a circle, this little part would be the one melting and the rest would be freezing. So then I was looking at the Mercator map, and none of these regions look familiar, but it is weird how they all are in 4/4. A clock is sectioned in 4/4. Several cosmological and mythological systems portray 4 corners or 4/4. In the book of Enoch, he talks about the 4/4. And several verses talk about the 4/4. Then you look at the definition of quarter, and one is each 4 equal or corresponding parts into which something is or can be divided, right? Then another definition is the place.
And we'll get another $1.
Well, a specific place. Here's what's nuts, though. So this is a quarter, as in 1/4 of the whole area. But then it's also a quarter,
not a quarter,
the place in which we can dwell. What? So with this generalized idea, what?
Share. Here we go.
Earth round or flat?
My leather friend. For centuries,
why does she call him my leather friend?
Is a sphere. But let's figure out who and why came up with this version. Firstly, no one has seen the Earth in its entirety. All we know is NASA photos and astronaut stories. Now the question is, why doesn't any commercial company offer space flights so that everyone can see for themselves? Secondly, where is the real video, not computer graphics? Thirdly, the horizon is always flat from any height. No bends. You can see this for yourself on the internet. Fourthly, the water in the ocean stays in place and does not flow down, as it should on a sphere. Fifthly, why don't airplanes take into account the curvature of the Earth during flight? Sixthly, if the Earth is spinning at a crazy speed, why don't we feel it? Seventh, why can't a helicopter hover in a city until the desired city flies to it?
ChatGPT knows the Earth is flat, but
either they are not telling us something, or there are too many inconsistencies.
Yeah, right, in what you're saying.
Rockets. This is how they claim they get into outer space, is these rockets. Their rockets never go straight up. Every single rocket launch from a government space agency, you'll notice, follows a parabolic curve. It goes up, it reaches a peak, but what they do is as the rocket starts coming back down, they make sure that it goes down over the ocean, out of the way of any curious observers. Anyone can see it coming back down to Earth, asks, hey, how come the rocket's not going up anymore? Well, it's going around the curvature of the Earth, is what they tell us. So every single rocket, the reason that it follows the parabolic curve, they say, is because it's going around the curvature of the Earth. The real reason is they can't get up any higher than that.
The only thing that's been to space is your imagination.
They tell us that the Earth is a sphere. They show us pictures of a sphere, of a circle. It's a perfect circle. And then they come out and they say, well, it's actually an oblate spheroid. Oh, what's that? Well, it's a sphere that's flattened at both poles, so it's more of an oval shape. It actually bulges out south of the equator, as well as being flattened at the poles. So it's more pear-shaped.
So it's not actually a sphere. It's oblate.
Describing his wife's ass.
That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator.
Wow. wife's
Little
got
chubby.
big
Little chubbies.
hips.
Yeah, chubby's a good word. It's like pear
Little
shape.
boobs.
So now it's pear-shaped. So why are all of
Hey,
these
that.
official NASA photos and videos showing perfect spheres when it's actually an oblate spheroid or a pear-shaped spheroid? They can't get their story straight. The reason they keep changing it is that to fit the model, they have to change the shape of the Earth. South of the equator is larger than north of the equator because lines of longitude that just extend outwards, they don't contract back. So they concede that in their pair model. They say, well, the side bulges out south of the equator. It's bigger south of the equator. Yeah, it is, because it's flat. But instead of admitting that, they just make tweaks to their model as time goes on. They say that the ball Earth tilts back 23.5 degrees. That's another tweak they made because we can see Polaris, which is right over the North Pole, from 23.5 degrees south latitude. Shouldn't be able to see that on a ball. So they just tilt the Earth back and then okay, now you can see it. And so they come up with explanations in reverse like this. Damage control, reverse engineered explanations.
The problem is they really like balls.
Stop scrolling. I'm about to prove to you we live on this and not on this. And also, at the same time, prove to you that God's word is true and accurate.
God's earth
First
is
of all,
flat.
they got us believing that these rockets
The
are
globe
leaving
is where
Earth,
Satan lives.
when in fact they can't because of this.
Firmament.
The firmament. And here's the proof. Let me introduce y'all to Wernher von Braun, which is known as the father of NASA. He also helped develop the Saturn V rocket, which allegedly took Apollo 11 to the moon. On his grave, he quoted a Bible verse, Psalms 19:1. Psalms 19, verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. And the Hebrew translation for firmament is extended surface, solid expanse. The vault of heaven or firmament regarded by Hebrews as solid and supporting the waters above it. We take a look at the book of Job, chapter 37, verse 18. Hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong, and as a molten looking glass. So the firmament that is supporting the waters above is literally made out of glass.
That on a t-shirt.
Anyways, have you guys noticed when they launch these rockets, they never go straight up. They always curve.
They don't want to break their $1 million rockets on the
firmament. I mean, we could see it in Disney's logo. Wernher von Braun and Walt.
Crystal clear. Every single dinosaur skeleton you see in a museum is fake. What they show you are casts and models, not real bones. The original bones, the remains of a certain flying beast that's been documented.
Dinosaurs
all
and
throughout
evolution
history,
are the high
mentioned
god.
by every single ancient culture. Yeah, nigga, dragons. The bones from previous resets
Dragons
and catastrophes and
are in the
whatever
Bible.
other
You can
fucking
believe in
genetic
them.
monstrosities
They're
the civilization before us
most
created in their
likely still here
eugenics
on this earth
labs
somewhere
are locked
beyond the
away,
ice wall.
unavailable for independent research.
In national
Shocking,
parks.
I know. Let me be crystal clear.
Right there. Finally, we're here. Wow. Qué loca esta.
But it's quite high, yeah?
I never believed it until now. Red Bull gives you
Quite high.
wings.
So, like today, we
See the
just
ice
look and
wall
find
and beyond.
multiple, and we try and find
Still not
a way
drinking
to
it,
access
though.
ice.
That's rock gut shit.
Safely.
You know what I'm saying? You know. I stick to my black coffee. My New York Knicks go.
You mentioned this when we there. We just saw a big piece of ice fall down and it created this huge wave. And you start thinking, what if it's us down there? When we go out, we'll be sometime down there, so scary. That was a big piece. We really need to take a look from close with the small boats. I'm sure we'll find nice waterfalls.
Look at that ice wall, people. Look at that. That's what's holding in your oceans. Look at that.
Yeah. Man, see how the water has made
Operation
its way.
Ever heard of it? Admiral Byrd, look it up.
I hope it will come down eventually. It's pretty, but
Find a break in the wall.
Yeah,
Go to the land.
we're looking for lots of water. High rated at the bottom, and that provides us soft landings. There's lots of waterfalls. It's just hard to find them with enough water. Yeah, small and sketchy. There's about 160 Ks of cliff, so we'll keep looking. I'm sure we'll find something good.
Those people probably end up going missing. I hope not.
Oh my God!
Proves flat Earth. He filmed the sun and the moon at the same time, on a flat horizon.
Από τα δεξιά έχουμε τον ήλιο που δει.
Sun.
Και από τα αριστερά έχουμε το φεγγάρι.
Moon.
This pilot, from Greece, proves flat Earth. He filmed the sun and the moon at the same.
You know what that tells us, right? Flat Earth. Because if the sun is in one place, that means it's daytime, and then the moon should be somewhere else where it's night. So if they're both on the same side, someone's missing their night, or someone's missing their day, or it's flat, or what the hey? Sure.
Earth, right?
Dude, that's completely flat. That's 100% flat,
That's
dude.
what I mean. That's what I'm
Cartoons
saying.
always tell you the
Real,
truth.
right? That's not...
We're looking at it,
Truth
dude.
in
The Earth
plain
is
sight.
the Earth
Believe
is
it,
flat.
people.
Charlie, the Earth can't actually be flat, right?
There's the glass dome, too, dude. Oh my God, dude.
Oh my!
Oh, look at
This
the
can't be
firmament.
real.
I need to sit down.
They know.
Tim, we need to take this to the grave.
know
We
it
cannot
all.
tell anybody. This changes literally this changes everything.
No, I know. We can never tell. We can never tell.
I might
anyone.
actually puke. Get back a little. I'm gonna puke. Stay back.
The Earth is flat, Charlie.
I know.
Charlie, that's not Earth, right?
Dude, that's completely flat. That's
Sure.
To the moon. Ain't nobody been outside this giant cave with
See, the celebrities, they know shit. They're exposed to all kinds of stuff we ain't, to like selling souls, Earth is flat, reptilian shapeshifters, hidden history. They're exposed to more than we are.
There's no
They know
satellites.
stuff.
They are hanging satellites in the firmament. This is a GPS.
That's true. Satellites are off of helium balloons that stay up for about 30 days. Then they always make sure they have controlled landings in third world countries where in their language it says touch this and die. They don't land over here. Not for us.
No, they shoot some film that they were on the moon. It scraped the surface of the firmament, landed. It's only one day, but the landing is like a week later. But that's when it showed. Ain't nobody been to the moon.
Sure.
I found. Give me some volume on this. Keep watching.
Finally, real proof the Earth is flat.
Oh my God, what's going on? Is that a mirage? Oh my God.
One of the greatest proofs that the Earth is flat. We're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. We're orbiting in the heliocentric model of the Earth, the sun at 66,600 miles an hour. While doing that, we're chasing the sun at almost 500,000 miles per hour. So we're corkscrewing and spinning through an infinite universe, never to return to where we were before. The Georgia Guidestones had a little hole.
You wonder why I
in the
can't
middle
pee in the toilet.
stone.
We're
And
moving
if you
too
look through it,
fast.
there is the star Polaris, our North Star.
Stop
How can we be traveling in all these different directions, traveling infinite distances, and that star just always remains in that hole? There's no way it would be in that circle a day, let alone 40 years.
Will actually reveal that the earth is flat. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 7, God says he made the firmament and divided the waters above from the waters below. And while we are told to take it metaphorically, this verse has fueled many theories on how the earth is actually flat, but that might not be all the evidence. Well, you'll see. In 1962, the U.S. government performed what is now known as Operation Fishbowl, where they launched a nuclear missile at the sky, claiming it was to see how the nuclear reactions will react in our atmosphere. But looking at the footage of the experiment, it really looked as if the government was trying to break the firmament. No one can actually be sure, but did the Bible actually reveal that the earth is flat? In Genesis.
A question that I get quite a bit, which is, are Freemasons, do they know that the Earth is flat? Are we told that the Earth is flat? How many
the evil
Freemasons
societies
know
of
that
the
the
world
Earth is flat?
They know.
Written by Albert Pike.
They worship the devil.
This book I was given.
When you believe in the devil,